and put it on my middle finger. I like the way he does it because you use these two for like your power cord.
Yeah.
And so that one's pretty common to use. So he puts his on his middle finger. I like that too because then you can still make your power cord and then switch to the slide when you need to.
Yeah.
Hello, Howdy Radio.
Hello. Now I need your phone away.
Yeah, it's making all kinds of feedback, ain't it?
Okay, so we're doing what's up, then there's a recap, and then...
Yeah, just kind of generally talk about 2017.
Okay.
You did not do a list for concerts, right? I didn't
even go to 5.
Yeah. I did, but...
Well, you went to like 9,000. Did you make a list?
Not of concerts, I did.
Okay. I think that would be fair because I don't have one.
I'll mention a couple during the album segment. I'll say like that was also like one of my favorite concerts of the year or something.
Like they also played that at one of my favorite concerts.
Because I don't know that I actually have a favorite concert of the year. I couldn't really.
Well, my favorite concert would be Green Day because that's like the only one I went to.
Yeah.
Was that Rick and Morty shirt? I forgot to pop out chat.
I don't think that's very necessary.
It is. See? Steph already typed in the chat.
All right.
Haven't talked to her in months, but still. How about this top right? So is this the last one of the year, I guess, since we're recapping everything? Okay. This is probably the only one we'll have time for. It's always so sad when it's like one away from a high number. Like it's at 40. Like the first one's at 49 views. It just hurts me. I haven't touched my channel in so long. So while you're doing that, I'm gonna go give myself another one of those things.
We're ready to go. I'm ready to go. What are you getting?
The Kool-Aid thing.
All right, hurry up, then we'll get going.
I'll make sure I won't drink it too fast so I can make it last so much time. Boomsies. Put this over here. Boomsies.
Ready?
Yeah.
All righty. Okay, ready?
Yeah. Let me. Okay. Okay, that's great. It's great. Is the audio for the Hangouts? Let's get on here. See if the audio is working for Hangouts. There we go. Okay. It must have just been an Audacity problem. Okay.
All right, ready?
Yep.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Howdy Radio, the next generation, episode 22. This is our best of 2017 episode.
Yes.
I've really been looking forward to doing this, like really since we started doing the show, because I love doing the end of the year list type things. Yeah.
Yeah.
We used to back on the old Howdy Inc. boards or whatever boards that we were on previous to the Howdy Inc. message boards, we would always do a top 10 at the end of the year. We would do movies and games and music, and I think one year we even did like top 10 apps or something, and we all just like kind of like when apps were like a new cool thing and you're like we're using apps for the first time.
Yeah.
That was one I remember doing. But I always really enjoyed it, and making a top 10 albums of the year list is something I do every year just because I'm a huge music nerd. So So we've put together lists for you on this episode, and we'll get there in a little bit. We have what list are we going through today?
We have the album of the year.
Yep.
We have the best albums of the year.
Yeah.
And the best video games of the year. And or is it just games overall? Is that what you put? Or do you just have video games?
I guess just video games.
Okay. And also best movies of the year.
Yeah. So that's what we'll get to here in a little bit. We like I have a top 10 for music, but the rest of them we don't have quite 10 of them. So we just kind of picked what our top was and made a list based on that.
Like for one of mine, I have like 4.
Yeah.
So
but I have my top 10,
sure
and I'm gonna debut my top 10 because usually I go on Instagram and I post like the cover of the album, and then I write that like that's number 7 or whatever, and then I write the name of the album, and then I write like a little paragraph about why I picked that album, and then I write top songs, and I write my 3 favorite songs from that album. So I'll still do that on Instagram this year, but this year I'm giving out my top 10 on Howdy Radio first.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool.
And you posted this on Twitter too, right? So if you're on Twitter and you see us for the live, then you'll be able to find it out before it's actually on Twitter originally.
Yeah, which is pretty cool.
And
so then the other ones, I think I've only got like a top 3 or so for the rest of them. So, but we'll get there. So before we do that, let's just 2017, good year, bad year. What do you think?
Great year.
Great year. Why great?
Because we did lots of things that were very fun.
Like?
We went to Disney World. We went to Mammoth Cave. And also this year we actually get snow. And in the summer we actually get sun. Yeah. Unlike like 2 years ago when it was like kind of warm outside in the winter. Yeah. And one day it actually snowed in the summer. And I thought the world was going to end. Yeah. So. It is
snowing. Oh, it was snowing like as of like 10 minutes ago. But I think it might have stopped
now. It's still snowing.
Is it still? Okay.
Yeah.
So we're getting snow and it's December. So that's cool. So Disney World obviously being the biggest thing that we did this year.
I voted.
So that'll go down as one of the coolest things we ever did, and we'll be able to say back in 2017 I went to Disney World, so that's super cool. Mammoth Cave was also a really cool family trip that we took this year. Not nearly the size of a Disney World trip, but I still thoroughly enjoyed that trip. I loved going through the caves and stuff. That was such a fun thing. We went camping once. The 4 of us went camping at a place I honestly don't remember the name of. One of the national parks or state parks in Ohio. I don't remember what the name of it was. I went to a lot of concerts this year. I don't remember. I'd have to look up. I don't remember how many different bands I've seen this year. Fill the silence, Wayne.
What? Okay.
We're not doing this as a list. We discussed that we weren't going to do this as a list. But what was your favorite concert that you went to this year?
Green Day, for sure.
Gotcha. What was so great?
What are you doing right now?
I don't know. What was I supposed to be looking up?
I don't know.
Damn, I forgot. Darn, I forgot.
Oh my god. This is what happens when we take like 3 weeks off.
I forgot what we were just
never in the gist of things.
I was supposed to be looking for something.
Jesus.
So Green Day was your favorite concert?
Yes.
That one was a lot of fun. I enjoyed that one a lot as well.
But that's definitely not yours. You went to like Metallica at one point.
I liked Green Day better than I liked Metallica. What? I enjoyed the Green Day concert more than I enjoyed the Metallica concert for sure. Green Day was like off the charts fun. Like it was a really,
I'm guessing
really
for the person
show.
That got that guitar, it was probably their favorite concert.
Yeah. But like I don't have an order for mine, but the best ones I saw this year, the Green Day show is up there.
You went to Afghan Wigs, right?
Afghan Wigs. If we're being honest, Afghan Wigs was probably number 1. But the Toadies show that I saw that Tyler went to us with the Toadies show, I mean that that was just as good as anything else I saw this year. Queens of the Stone Age was really good this year. So that was kind of my...
Oh, yeah, the thing she didn't let me go to.
Those were my best.
That's always fun.
What?
That's always fun when you talk about that show.
Yeah.
The one that I never got to go to.
Yeah.
That sounds so fun.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
All right, what else in 2017?
There was like we only really did like bigger things. We never really did like small things.
Yeah.
Besides a couple little things like here and there that like it's not really talking worthy. Just like we did a couple things here and there.
Your birthday party this year was cool.
Yeah.
The same as every other last couple years of your birthday. You've stuck
well, it
with
was
the same
different
kind of
because
thing.
a couple other people came that like I hadn't talked to in a while.
I got a drum set this year.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Yeah.
Got a drum set. I think we talked about that on the last episode, but I don't know that we talked about it on the last episode. Now we have a keyboard in our jam room as well.
So
like
it seems like
keyboard.
Next week that we're gonna be using it on the show. Like
it makes all kinds of funny noises and stuff. So we're gonna like goof around with it and like make laugh tracks and stuff.
Like crowd kind of things, like boos and that kind of stuff. So we're gonna be using that hopefully. I wanted to use it this week. Yeah. But then we came down and it like wasn't plugged in or anything, so we just didn't want to really mess with it. Yeah,
but we are going to later, just for the heck of it. Like, why not have a laugh track?
Exactly.
Because I mean, I say so many. Like, could you imagine if I had a laugh track when I kept making all of those wonder jokes on the last episode?
Oh yeah,
you kept getting so mad at me for making the wonder joke. If I could have had a button to press to laugh, that would have made it even better. Although you would have tried to press the boo button.
Yeah.
So 2017 was
because
cool.
it would be over here.
Yeah.
It'd be over here by me, and I would just use my left hand.
Are you gonna be the keyboard guy?
Yeah.
Okay. I got to figure out how that works with recording and all of that
stuff. Nate gave it
stuff.
to me.
Yeah. I don't know how that will work with our interface.
It will just be on the computer, and the microphone would just be able to hear it.
It'll come out of GarageBand. All right, so we'll figure that out.
Okay, well, that's what we did in 2017.
Hopefully everybody else had a cool 2017.
Yeah.
I've definitely had worse years, but I feel like I've had some better years as well. So that is what it is. So let's get to why we are really here with our list. So first off, let's do the top movies of 2017.
You never put chat back. I can't see it.
Because nothing ever happened.
Oh, it did.
I got to go. Talk to you later.
Yeah, see?
Oh, explored.
I didn't know that he had left, so probably ought to go to gymnastics. What's the longest WhatsApp segment ever? It was a good one, though. Mm-hmm. I actually improv'd very well in there.
You what?
I improv'd very well. Because you were doing lots of things.
I was supposed to look at something on my phone. How many bands I saw. That's what it was.
It's like, it's on here.
You're right. Something that's right fucking there.
Oh my god. Okay, I know what your number one is, but I knew that would already be your number one.
What's my number one? Oh, you saw it.
Yeah, I knew that would be your number one.
Yeah. Where the hell is the 2017 concert list?
Does it say how many you went to?
Yeah, I keep track. I saw 27 bands this year.
Do you count bands that were like at the beginning, like before the big band?
Yeah.
Opening bands?
Yeah.
Okay. So you saw about
I saw
27
different bands.
I mean, you saw about 14 bands that you actually like Electric Citizen and Afghan Works, like those ones, not the opening bands. You saw like 14 of those ones. Ooh, okay, that's great.
Yeah, something like that. Just all right. All right, ready?
No, I'm not. I don't even have the iPad with me.
I need to pull them up on my phone.
That's the weirdest thing ever. Why do they all have those eyes? It's weird.
It's just part of the artwork, man. Eels are weird. I don't know why you're surprised.
I know the eels are weird. Done that for a while now. So we did movies first?
Yep.
Yeah, all of mine have 4.
Okay. I only have 3, so.
3 on each one?
Correct.
Okay.
All right, ready?
I need to turn the brightness down. This is so hard. I turned it down.
Ready?
Last night. Okay. Yep.
All right, our top movies of the year.
Yes.
I mean, neither one of us saw a ton of movies this year.
Okay, that's not true. I saw a lot of movies this year.
Okay, all right, sorry. I shouldn't speak for both of us.
Yeah, I saw a lot of movies this year. And like all genres.
Okay.
So
I'm not much of a movie watcher, but I was happy. I have a top 3.
You can't say that if you do watch movies. Like when you go to movies, you fall asleep during every single one.
A lot of them I do, yes.
Yes.
And those movies that I fell asleep on are not on my list.
Yeah, because you don't remember them.
Yeah, that wouldn't be fair to put them on my list.
This movie that I saw 5 minutes of and then I fell asleep.
Yeah.
It's my favorite movie.
All right, so I have a top 3 and Lane has a top 4. So Lane, let's get this ready. Let's get it going. Ready?
Okay.
Drum roll is what that was.
Should I do all 4 of mine immediately?
Tell your number 4, and then we'll go back and forth with both of our number 3s, both of our number 2s, and both of our number 1s. So,
wait, then would you start so I can say my number 1 last?
Yeah, that's fine. However way you want to do it is fine. Until we get to album of the year.
Yes, I have to go first, so then I go last.
All right, dibs on me doing album of the year last.
Yes.
But you can do movies and games.
Yes.
If you want to.
Yeah, sure.
Cool. All right.
Okay. So
your number 4 movie of 2017 is
Logan.
All right, so that's a Wolverine movie?
Yes.
That was your first rated R movie in a theater?
Yes.
I didn't know it was rated R when you went to go see it.
Didn't know that?
No, I had no idea. It was like a week later I found out it was rated R, and I was like, Lane went to see a rated R movie? That's how good of a parent I am.
Yeah.
Why was that?
Mama knew that. She just knew that it was Jeremiah's grandma that was coming with us. Yeah. And it was only all for violence. Okay. Because there's a bunch of gore in it. Like
gotcha.
lots of
why did you like that movie so much?
It was awesome.
Okay, cool.
It's all the and Anna made me cry. So
everything makes you cry.
I had 3, I think almost 2 or 3 Marvel movies in a row I cried at. And those almost 4 movies I cried at this year. And I did not, and those were all like action movies. Gotcha. Like not actually supposed to be like completely sad movies.
Yeah.
So.
All right, so that's so number 4. So now on to number 3.
Yeah.
So number 3, my 3rd favorite movie I saw this year was Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Is that one on your list?
No.
You forgot you saw that one, didn't you?
No.
Okay. Well, then why didn't you make a top 5 and put it on there somewhere?
Because I liked it, but it wasn't like fantastic.
All right. I enjoyed it. The experience of seeing it like in Florida.
Because it was 80s music is why you liked it a lot.
No, I like the characters and stuff.
And also you knew the soundtrack.
Yeah, but that's not the main selling point.
Did it make you cry?
I don't think so, no.
Do you even know what part?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I liked that movie. Like I haven't really kept up with a lot of the Marvel movies, but I really like Guardians. I think I like the characters. I think they're really cool.
It's Chris Pratt in a Marvel movie.
Yeah, I like them. So that's my number 3 is Guardians 2, and we saw it in Florida with our family. There was like 10 of us that went to go see it.
That was the best part.
Yeah. So it was a super cool experience. I'll always remember that part of it.
It's a cool experience.
Yeah.
So.
All right, your number 3 movie of 2017?
Thor Ragnarok.
Thor Ragnarok. That's one that I fell asleep in, so it's not on my list.
It's the latest movie we saw.
All right, so why is Thor Ragnarok better than Logan?
Okay, so Logan was good, but Thor is Thor. So like, it has a lot more humor than Logan did, and also it has it's like just like it had a lot of leading up to the new stuff, and Logan didn't have that stuff.
Logan was just like a standalone, really, wasn't it?
Yeah, because that's X-Men, and that does not have to do with Infinity War or anything.
Gotcha, okay.
So, yep.
All right. So what I saw of that movie did seem pretty good.
Yeah.
But
did you see the opening part to it? Like before the Thor Ragnarok part, where they like had the title?
So
when did you fall asleep?
I was fighting to stay awake at the end of the trailers at the beginning. The movie was like, we saw like the 4:30 showing of the movie.
Yeah.
And I started dozing off in the previews.
The previews
and I was like,
that good.
What is going on? And then I looked at my phone, and it was like 5 minutes after 5. Like we were 35 minutes into freaking previews.
Yeah, it was.
And I was falling asleep. I'm like, maybe if they started the movie, I wouldn't be falling asleep. But I'm pretty tired of seeing all these stupid commercials.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But when did you actually fall asleep?
I'll be honest, I dozed off probably 20 different times during that movie. So, not quite that much. But I missed a good chunk. You
better not fall asleep when we see Infinity War, because that's not allowed for you to fall asleep.
We need to find a better time to see it, because me seeing a movie on me seeing a movie on a Friday afternoon after I've just worked a day and a half straight is part of the problem.
So like we need to see them on weekends.
Yeah, like if we went on a Saturday afternoon.
For Infinity War, that's different because we're gonna go see it opening night.
Right. All right. So, but anyway, so that's our my number 3 was Guardians. Your number 3
was Thor
Ragnarok. Did you know that Ragnarok is also the name of a Gwar album? I've probably told the kids that at least how many times now?
40,000.
Every time anybody says Thor Ragnarok, I say, you know that's the name of a Gwar album? So they're really tired of it. So number 2 on our list, I think my number 2 is going to surprise everybody. My number 2 is It. That wasn't
a surprise to me. I thought that would be a number 1.
Right, that's why I figured it would be a surprise, because I thought that one would be assumed as number 1.
Number 1?
What's your number 2?
Number 2 is Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Okay, I still haven't seen that one either.
That's a good one, but you would fall asleep.
So why is Spider-Man better than Thor and better than?
Again, what?
What was the fourth? Logan.
Right. Just freaking.
So Spider-Man was really good. Everybody seemed to really like Spider-Man, right?
Okay. Yes, because it's the newest Spider-Man movie since Marvel got full rights to it.
Yeah. I think we discussed that in length with Tyler on the show one day.
Yes. When he thought he was going to do his own podcast, and then nothing happened. But it has, again, lots and lots of humor. And it was definitely my kind of humor and, like, Tyler's kind of humor, because he's in high school.
Yeah.
So, and Spider-Man's in high school. So, like, everything works together.
Yeah. You know, at the beginning of the show when we were talking about all the awesome things.
And also at the end of the movie, Aunt May almost drops the F-bomb, and then it cuts the credits, which was the best thing about the whole entire movie.
Well, all right. We should have just, side note, like when we were talking about the cool things that happened in 2017, we brought back Howdy Radio.
Hey, we brought back Howdy Radio this year.
So we started like in the springtime, and we're on episode 22.
It's almost about to be like a year.
Yeah, it won't be much.
We better at least get to 25 by the year.
Yeah. We won't do it, but this will probably be our last episode for 2017. This will be our last episode of 2017.
Because we're doing countdowns.
Yeah. So, but hey, I mean, 22 episodes out of a year, I mean, that's almost half. So, I mean, I feel like
that means at the end of the year, at the beginning of the year, we have to make a, like, best of Howdy Radio thing.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
But that's gonna be me and you have to work together. Like you have your own thing and I have my own thing, and we got to put it together, because that's gonna be a lot of work.
So hey, 2017, the year that Howdy Radio came back. Yeah. All right, so that's like
more than like a day of footage.
Yeah.
So
22 episodes, good for us, man. Yeah. I mean, I know we missed a lot here lately.
Yeah.
But for bringing it back in 22 episodes, I mean, it's a whole lot better than doing it twice and stopping.
Exactly.
So I'm pretty proud of that. All right, so our number 1, our favorite movie of the year 2017. Well, I didn't really discuss It. Oh, well, everybody's seen It. Everybody knows that
Not everybody has seen It.
Okay. Well, it broke like every box office record in the world, so a good chunk of people saw it.
Yeah.
I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought it was a great movie. So, but number 1, Wonder was my favorite movie of 2017. What was your favorite movie of 2017?
Wonder.
Yeah, so I assumed we would agree on it.
That's very shocking that yours was
I loved
Wonder.
that movie. I made it very clear that I thoroughly enjoyed that movie.
So shocking.
I had to, you know, it was either it or that.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed. Yeah. I enjoyed the experience. I enjoyed the movie better. Yeah. So Wonder is my.
And how many times did you cry during that movie?
I mean, the majority of the movie.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Because I have a soul.
That's different, because last
Instead
time
of sleeping,
you said
I cried.
Well, last time you said you only cried during like 2 parts.
No, I mean, there was plenty of times that made you tear up. That was a great movie, fantastic movie. I mean, if you haven't seen Wonder, like, you should most definitely see Wonder. It's just one of those movies that, like,
We have to buy it. We have to buy it on Blu-ray the second it comes on.
When is? Have they announced when that is yet?
No, it came out last month.
Well, it came out like a month before that, and I think it already comes out on Blu-ray.
I don't think so.
It comes out this month on Blu-ray,
Oh,
like a week before Christmas. It comes out on. Well,
it's still like. Well, yeah, that's what they do for like those movies. That was like 3 weeks before. They do that for Christmas time.
Yeah,
so
they want to.
But like for Wonder, they
Christmas.
Can't do that because it's on it. By that time, it was only like it's barely over a month.
Yeah.
So
they should have released a little earlier and then had the Blu-ray out for Christmas because that could be a good selling Blu-ray for Christmas time. Like that's a perfect movie to get like every kid on Blu-ray. Like that's a great one. Yeah. Well, it was a really great movie. Excellent, great story. Great acting, great everything about it. Just
besides, what's his name? Wow.
Owen Wilson. Yeah, I hate Owen Wilson, but he was good. He was good.
That's probably one of the best movies I've seen that he's in. Yeah. Besides, like one other one.
Yeah. Yeah. So our Howdy Radio, the Next Generation 2017 Movie of the Year from both of us is Wonder.
Yes.
So. If you follow Wonder like on social media, they'll probably
and I know that the other two aren't the same. So I know that for sure.
Yeah. So social media, you'll probably see Wonder like posting today, like we won the Howdy Radio Movie of the Year award. Because I mean that's as big as like winning an Oscar or a Grammy or whatever. So.
Okay. So that. So I was watching. It does have to do with like this kind of stuff, but it has to do with video games, though.
Well, then save it for the video game segment.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. But it has to do with the Oscars.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So side note, real quick on this one. This was all about movies, but I want to throw in just real quick to keep Lane on his toes. TV shows this year, we discovered Rick and Morty. Okay. So I mean, I know it's not a new show, but Rick and Morty to us was discovered this year, and we love that show.
You discovered BoJack Horseman.
I'm in love with BoJack Horseman now. I've been obsessing over that. I'm getting ready to start season 4, the last season of that.
we saw Mr. Peanut Butter.
Mr. Peanut Butter was at the chicken restaurant we went to.
The chicken restaurant.
So I just wanted to throw those in there because we love
it was
Rick and Morty now, and we found that this year. So. Yeah. Raising Cane's was the name of the chicken place we went to. But Mr. Peanut Butter right there on the side. If you've watched BoJack, you know who that is. If not, you probably think I sound like an idiot. So,
well, most of what you say, everybody sound like an idiot.
All right, Movie of the Year, Wonder. Congratulations to Wonder. You've just received the biggest award in the history of movies by getting our seal of approval. Yep. All right, what's next? We got top games next. Let's move into that.
And the thing that I wanted to talk about games is not about any of the games I'm talking about. It's something that happened at the Game Awards, which was hilarious. And it was because it was on Twitch that they didn't really have, well, they had limits, but they didn't have limits because it was on Twitch. So, okay. Anything in chat? Nope. Everybody hates us. Ooh, now we have to do a new like in the middle thing with the keyboard.
Okay.
Boom.
Not on this one, but we'll get there.
I know, but because we're gonna be using it next time instead of the ukulele or whatever. You still have the ukulele, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, ready?
We can like do the same thing, but on the keyboard, so it sounds a little bit different.
Okay. Ready?
Yep. Oh, okay. I didn't know that I was going.
I didn't say it.
Okay.
Ready?
Oops. So now we're doing top games of 2017.
All right.
So how many do you have?
I have 3.
Okay, I have 4.
Okay.
So again, I guess I'll go first because we can go back and forth. And you also have 3 for.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm just going first for all of them.
Hold on. So real quick, so before we dive into the list, so 2017 and gaming. What else? Yes. What besides just our top list?
Yeah.
We saw Xbox One X came out this year. Did the PlayStation 4 Pro come out this year? Is that what it's called?
I think so.
Or Plus?
I'm pretty sure Xbox One S also came out this year.
At the beginning of the year?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. So we got those things. I feel like the whole VR thing is already starting to die down. That's becoming not quite the thing that it was.
You're wrong, for sure.
The PlayStation VR is
Well, PlayStation VR is
terribly.
terrible, but the Oculus Rift and HTC Vive is doing very well.
Okay. So what else in gaming did we see this year? We saw
Nintendo Switch.
Nintendo Switch, yeah, good call.
Which was crazy.
Yeah. I'm getting to the point where I almost want to Switch. Almost.
I really like Switch to Nintendo or Nintendo Switch.
Nintendo Switch.
Tyler was maybe trying to save up once he still had his job, but then like he didn't.
There's some rumblings going on in the Fire Pro community that they might release Fire Pro World on Switch, a mobile platform to play Fire Pro World on. I'd buy it in a heartbeat. So hopefully that happens.
So if it does, that would mean you would buy a Switch.
Yeah, without a doubt. What else? Anything else we saw?
That would be awesome to play it on.
Yes,
Fire Pro on it.
Yeah. Perfect. That's the perfect thing for it, for sure. We saw everybody get really mad at EA because of all of the stupid microtransactions in Battlefront 2.
There was the one guy at EA talking about the new Need for Speed, and he stuttered like a million times trying to talk to he had no idea what to say. Yeah. It was the most greatest meme of all time.
Reddit got super mad at EA about Battlefront, and it caused their stocks to fall and all it's some real stuff. So hopefully that'll start to be like the push against the microtransactions.
Rocket League came out for Nintendo Switch.
Okay. What else? I don't feel like there was anything else really big this year.
There was new Assassin's Creed.
Yeah. I bet there was a new NFL football game.
There was.
Woo!
Which is actually doing very well.
Of course it is.
There's a new story mode. So.
Oh, who cares?
Lots of people care, Dad. People who like sports.
I know. Those people are stupid.
I like sports.
You're stupid. I'm just
Mama
kidding.
likes sports.
She's stupid too. Everybody's stupid but me. All right, so that was kind of the year in gaming.
I think that's the opposite.
I can't really think of anything else that really happened this year. I don't feel like it was like a blockbuster year for gaming, really. Yeah. I mean, I guess a bunch of new consoles.
Yeah.
But
even those consoles did good though.
Yeah, I know, but even still, I'm just not that excited about the 4K.
Nintendo did really good. The new Legend of Zelda game got Game of the Year.
Yeah. I really want to play
3 other awards.
I'm sure that if I had a Switch, I'm sure that game would be on my list. But I haven't played it, so I can't put it on my list.
I want Super Mario Odyssey so bad.
Yeah, I want to play that too. I'm sure both of those games.
You can do 2-player, and the hat that he has.
Yeah.
Like you can the one player controls the hat, and one player controls Mario.
Yeah.
And it looks super fun.
I played a lot of old Game Boy games on my phone this year. That was a lot of fun.
Sure you didn't just play one the whole entire time?
No, well, I mean, I played through a couple of the Mario games, but I played other ones as well.
Yeah.
All right, so let's do it. So we've got...
Before we actually get into it.
Yeah.
So at the Game Awards on, I think, Thursday, there was this one guy. Do you remember at I think it might have been at EA's thing. Remember the game called A Way Out?
I do not.
It was like a couch. It's like a couch co-op game.
Okay.
But you have to get out of prison and you gotta have it's like a story kind of thing, and it's split screen or online.
Okay.
And the guy that made it came to the Game Awards last night to say what the release date is, which is next year, spring of next year.
Okay.
And he was like, okay, the Game Awards. The Oscars can F off. And he was cursing so much because he was and then at one point he was like, wait, this is on TV, right? And then he was like, yes, okay. And then he just started cursing out the Oscars and everything about how video games are so amazing and that they should be at the top of everything. And and then he talked about some other things about how video games don't have to be racist and stuff, how the Oscars are and stuff. And then they just cut him off and just went to the trailer.
Nice.
But not because of what he was saying, but it was because they were cutting out of time and they needed to get to it.
Gotcha.
So,
right on.
But he was speaking the truth about everything. Yeah. So
the Game Awards, their top game was Zelda, right?
Yes. Okay. So, all right. So also a bunch of things happened in Overwatch this year too. So
yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So as far as new games in 2017,
we were talking about this for almost 6 minutes.
All right.
Now.
So let's get through this. So you've got 4, I've got 3. So you start your number 4 game of 2017.
Is Destiny 2.
Destiny 2. You know, I didn't put Destiny 2 on my list even.
Did you think about it?
I did, but I didn't put hardly any effort into it, so I didn't think I could rate it really.
some effort into it, but then as I got into it, I realized, why don't I just play Destiny 1? Because, like, there wasn't that much...
Because that game's dead now.
No, that's not true. There wasn't that much new with it besides the story mode, and I did not enjoy the story mode that much. Mm-hmm. Like, the Crucible is, like, the same exact thing and everything. So,
yeah.
I played with my friends a couple times, but then I just didn't like it that much.
Yeah.
But it is still in my top games.
Yeah,
so,
I gotcha. So, all right, so that's number 4.
Yeah.
So number 3. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So is it my turn?
Yes, it's your turn.
All right. So my number 3 for the top 2017 games is Injustice 2. I thoroughly enjoyed that game. I love the Mortal Kombat fighting games.
You love when I whip you with Flash?
Yeah.
You love it a lot, don't you?
I used to be the king of like Mortal Kombat, but like now I'm not as good anymore. So now my kids give me they give me a run for my money now.
Yeah.
So.
Only when I'm either Blue Beetle or Flash.
Yeah. I never really found like the one person on Injustice 2 who like was my favorite really.
I want to buy a couple of the DLC. There are a couple good DLCs, like the new TMNT. Like who wouldn't want to fight Flash?
Is it $5 like per turtle?
No, I think it's a pack. It's not.
Because all of the other DLC, like if you get like Jason for Mortal Kombat, it's $5 for just him.
I think it's like one turtle, and then you know how there's like the skins.
Yeah.
I think it's like you do that, and then there's all 4 of them.
Okay.
So
I mean, that would be cool to have them in a fighting game like that. We might have to check that out.
Yeah.
All right, so that's my number.
And there's also like the Atom and like a couple other ones.
Yeah.
So.
All right, what's your number 3?
I think Hellboy's in it too. So that seems cool.
I don't really know anything about Hellboy, to be honest with you. Like I know.
Isn't that
nothing
a horror movie?
No, I don't think so. Okay. I mean, I've never seen the movie, so I guess I don't know.
I thought it was.
But I mean, it's a comic book series, so.
I thought it was a horror
I don't really know anything about it.
Yeah, so my number 3 is also Injustice 2.
All right.
So.
Yeah, that was one that I kind of almost forgot about until while we were doing research for this, we pulled up a list, and I was like, oh yeah, Injustice 2.
I thought of it before I put anything up.
So I mean, it's a solid, really great fighting game. I mean, the NetherRealm Studios, they know how to make the best fighting games in the world. Yeah. So that's all there is to it.
Yeah.
Great game.
Besides like Street Fighter.
They don't make Street Fighter. NetherRealm makes Mortal Kombat and Injustice.
I know, but I'm saying the people who make Street Fighter.
Oh, they suck. Screw Street Fighter. Street Fighter sucks.
No, it doesn't.
I don't care how many audience members hate me because I say that. I hate Street Fighter. Street Fighter is garbage.
There's also Tekken.
I like Tekken.
Yeah. Tekken 7
came out this year. That looks really good too. But my problem is now anytime I'm just so used to Mortal Kombat and like what's it called, like when you have like muscle memory, like you're used to like doing the same things. So like I try to play any other fighting game and I'm like trying to do like toward high punch to throw a fireball or whatever.
Like that's not in the game.
Like now this doesn't work and I've never been able to get this.
In Mortal Kombat X, which did not come out this year. I can do the reptile fatality where it pulls his head off or something like that. Like spits in the face and then eats his head. I can do that in like half a second or something like that. It's crazy.
Gotcha.
It's not a world record, but I know I can do it super freaking fast. But not in like just regular me playing to have fun. Just when I practice a lot and I'm trying to do it, like that's how fast I can go.
Gotcha. All right, so both of our number 3s for 2017 game, Injustice 2.
Yes.
All right,
I think you're gonna have number 1 as my number 2.
Okay. Number 2, is it my turn?
Yes.
My number 2 game of the year, Cuphead, is mine. And what's yours?
Cuphead.
Cuphead as well. All right, that's cool. So I didn't put a ton of time into Cuphead. I only sat down with you a couple times and played it, but I've seen enough of it.
I can't play without a second player.
Yeah, we need me and you need to sit down. We need to get Tyler back down with us, and the three of us.
Tyler doesn't play with other people.
Well, whatever. We played it one time with the 3 of us, and we kind of took turns.
But Tyler's good.
So we need somebody that's good to help us get through the game.
I need to beat at least one boss in the second world.
Yeah, so we'll get back to that. We need to spend some more time with Cuphead. But everybody knows I love the $20 indie titles, and I love the cool artwork. And this game covered all of that, and it gave you couch co-op.
And I think they got for best art design or something like that.
Yeah, well, good.
Sorry, best indie game is what they got, which is still amazing.
Yeah, it's definitely that's what they deserve for sure. All right, so that's number 2. Now, am I giving my number 1? My number 1 is not going to be your number 1, right?
For sure, because you don't even know the game that mine is.
Okay, yeah, I do. I know what your number 1 is. Now that it just popped in my head, I know what your number 1 is. Side note, we did not tell each other what our lists are.
Besides, I know what your number 1 is.
He knows my number 1 album.
Because it's on the screen.
But he would have known that if he wouldn't have seen it on the screen anyway, so that wasn't a big spoiler. But we did keep our list hidden from each other, so we could be finding out at the same time as us recording it. We should have said that earlier.
Yes.
So our number 1 game of the year for me, no questions asked, Fire Pro World for Steam on PC.
I just realized that.
Are you serious? What did you think my number 1 was going to
be? I couldn't think of any other games, and I was like, wait.
Did you think my number 1 was going to be Cuphead?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
I didn't know what your other games would be.
So Fire Pro World.
I didn't think you would think of Injustice 2.
I mean, Fire Pro, obviously.
I never thought of Fire Pro.
I've sat over there on that computer for more than 85 hours at this point playing this game.
Play Fire Pro with you in a pretty long
time. You came over and played
for like 2 games.
A show with me a couple nights ago. Anyway,
like 2 games.
So I mean, I love the game. It's the perfect Fire Pro game. It was $20. There continues to be so many little updates to it as they go along. The game isn't even actually like fully released yet. It's still an early access beta. The modding community is just out of control with this game.
Is that good or bad?
Good. I mean, this one guy in particular has made it to where you can change camera angles, where you can add commentary to the game. I mean, this one guy is like single-handedly
you could do your own voice.
I could do my own voice for commentating, and then you can set that to where, like, you know, if you set a voice that said, "Oh my God, King Kong Bundy just killed the guy," like anytime King Kong Bundy kills a guy, it would say that. Like, you can make it do that. I
feel like there should be like a button, like a soundboard.
Yeah, I mean, it's all that stuff is just so amazing, and it's got me on a PC again. I've been a Mac guy forever, but this is a PC-only game, and it's got me doing all these little mods and tinkering with the game and everything, and it made me like realize how much I missed doing stuff like that. So it's been so much fun, regardless of just wrestling in the game, doing all of the downloadable stuff from Steam Workshop and all the mods has just made it. I paid $20 for this game, and like,
it seems like $100.
It is worth so much more than that. So the game has now sold more than 50,000 copies, which is fantastic.
Is that the highest like they've ever gotten before?
No, Fire Pro Returns sold up to like I think about 100,000, just shy of 100,000.
That wasn't the Xbox
but this,
one.
That was the PlayStation 2 one.
Oh, okay.
No, that Xbox one doesn't count.
That was the one that you have.
The one over, yeah. So the game's not even out yet, and it's sold.
Well, technically, it's not.
So that's, I mean, I could spend the rest of the show telling you why I love that game so much.
Well, we've done that already.
We've done that for like the last 6 months. Everybody, I can't believe you didn't think that was my number 1 game. I just
completely forgot about that. I knew that everybody on Twitter who's watched it before, I know they knew that. Yeah. Because you like post stuff about it all the time.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, and not just this year. I mean, it's just hands down one of my favorite video games ever made ever. Hands down the best Fire Pro game ever made, which is one of my favorite series of games ever.
That's crazy for you to say, because you really like Fire Pro Returns.
Yeah, so. And this game has blown away that game.
Yeah.
I could not be happier with. I mean, a lot of times when games like this come out, like, it ends up being a letdown. There hasn't been a new one in 10 years, and then the new one ends up sucking and stuff. But they've really come through, and the amount that they've given the fans for $20 is just ridiculous.
Okay, so
like I said on Twitter the other day, they have the exact opposite business model as EA. EA is like, charge them full price and only give them part of the game. And this one charged you $20 and gave you way more game than
So
EA
how much longer are you going to talk about this game?
2 hours.
Okay,
2 hours talking about Fire Pro.
So what do you think my number 1 is? I'm asking you, what do you think my number 1 is?
I don't want to say it because I don't want to take away your big
So
reveal.
if I say it and you're right, say that you thought it was right.
I know exactly what it is in my head. I will not lie about it. So go ahead. Your number one, Lane's number 1 game of 2017 is
Fortnite.
That's exactly what I thought it was going to be. I got your number one game right, but you didn't get my number one game right. Yeah, I know you've played that one a lot. I've seen you over there.
But guess what? I've never won a game before.
Okay.
It's just really annoying. Right. I've gotten so close so many times. I've almost put about 10 hours into that game, and it's still in closed beta.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry, open beta.
Gotcha.
But it's the battle royale is what I play. The Fortnite, there's also a like save the world thing, which is like actually the money, like where you pay money. But this is a free version, which is battle royale, which is like the last person standing.
For somebody that has not played Fortnite, it's what, a first person shooter? Third person shooter. Okay. Yes. Comparable to what? Like it looks like it's kind of cartoonish.
Yes.
Like Team Fortress.
It reminds me of if you mixed. I'm trying to think of like PUBG, which is what I'm also asking for Christmas.
Okay.
If you mix that with whatever it's called, what's the Borderlands?
Okay.
Mixed with.
Is it like the Borderlands type animation? Like it looks like cell shaded kind of.
Well, like the animation of that, and then the shooting aspect of PUBG, which is PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. So everybody calls it PUBG because yeah.
All right, so that's your number one, and that's a game that you didn't pay for that, right? It's
just free play game.
That's cool. Yeah. So if it's a free play game, that means it has about 1.5 billion microtransactions.
No, just no. Well, yes, there is microtransactions. Sorry, but microtransactions do not have to do anything. It only has to do with appearance.
Not pay to win.
Correct. Okay. It just has to do. You can buy these things called V-Bucks.
Okay.
Which you could either buy them, or if you buy the game, you can play the Save the World thing, and you can get V-Bucks by that. And you just buy like skins and like new pickaxes that can like break stuff.
Okay.
So and gliders.
Gotcha.
So and the only glider that gives you an advantage you cannot buy. The only way that you can get that, it's an umbrella that if you win a game you can choose that, which gets you down faster once you jump out of the battle bus.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
So I've seen you play a little bit. It does look like a pretty cool game.
I get really mad when I lose when I'm about to win. Like yesterday, it was like 12:30. I was second, and I had full health. And this one guy had like 2 health, and he sniped me. And I was so mad because I still haven't won a game yet, and I get so mad.
Now I'm gonna get mad at you. How long are we gonna talk about this game? You're gonna keep talking about this?
You talked about EA.
I was talking about Fire Pro, and
you talking about Fire Pro and EA about how there's a PlayStation 2 game, and I'm talking about how, hey, I got mad one time when I lost.
So you put more time into Rocket League, but that can't be on the list because it didn't come out this year.
Yes, I almost have 40 days on that game. Yeah. So what's the math? What's 24 times 40?
Too much. All right, so that's our 2017 Games of the Year. My award goes to Fire Pro Wrestling World for PC on Steam. Lane.
Mine goes to Fortnite for PC, PS4, and Xbox One. Free to play. Yeah.
So congratulations to the winners, and we'll see what happens next year, right?
Yep.
All right, so that's our video games segment. Let's get into the main event of the episode. At least for me, it is. Maybe the video games was your main event.
Yeah, kind of.
But my top 10 albums of the year. Let's do it.
Why'd you say your top 10 albums?
Because you don't have a top 10. I shouldn't have said it.
Oh, yeah.
Like but I actually do have a top 10.
4. Yeah. Should I just go through my 4?
When we get to 4, then you'll do yours.
So you're gonna do 6, and then
I'll try to go through those a little quicker so that there's not. I mean, this is probably going to be a longer segment, but
of course,
I'll try not to spend 5 minutes on each one.
You just gotta check after every single one. So you just gotta check. Okay, Can you text? No. Okay. Can you text Mama to tell them, because Drew's gonna start to be coming like any minute now, so. They're going to be coming downstairs, probably. Oh, I did slow that wrong. Okay, never mind. Yeah, but it's weird because I did not think you would get Fortnite. I didn't know that you knew that was what that was called. So. But the original, Fortnite, just like the Save the World thing, isn't that good. So everybody just plays. By the way, I don't have everybody just has an aimbot, so I die all the time. You know what aimbot is?
I mean, I'm pretty sure I can figure out what it is by the words aim and bot.
Yeah, it's really annoying. Like, I was watching a PUBG thing, and this guy, his aimbot malfunctioned, and there was like three guys that had a ghillie suit on the grass, and nobody could see them, for sure. Like, nobody could see them, and he headshotted all of them, and then his aimbot malfunctioned, and he turned around and shot his teammate in the head. He's like, oops, I'm having potato aim, trying to cover it up.
Ready?
So funny. Okay. Yep. So you're going first.
Yeah.
You're doing 6 first. Yeah. Let me go to the bathroom real quick, actually. Let me just close this. So I don't see it, even though you probably know exactly where all mine are. So maybe. So albums, right?
All right.
No, I'm not ready. I don't have my albums on yet.
Well, you've got a little while before you need to be there anyway.
Okay. Well, I have it now, so.
Okay, here we go. So the top albums of 2017.
Yes.
I have 10. I have
4.
I have a complete top 10. Lane has 4. So I'm going to kind of rattle through some. Some I might spend a couple minutes on, some not.
You can tell by all of the posters you have that you have about 10 bands just in your room right here.
Yeah.
So
I
and most of them have created albums this year.
Yeah. I thoroughly enjoy putting together a top 10 every year. What I do is I have a playlist on Spotify that's called 2017 Album of the Year Candidates. So just as the year goes by and a new album comes out that I know that I'm going to be checking out, or one that I know that I like or whatever, I go ahead and just add it to that list just so that I can, I have a list that I can constantly see these albums
on the album?
Yeah, the whole album I add. So this year, I think I ended the year with, I think it was like 31 or 32 albums that I had added to the list over the time. A couple of them were ones that I only listened to like once or twice or something. A couple of them were even like I saw on other people's lists, so I thought maybe I should check them out, so I added them to mine, and then some of them I didn't even get to. But there was a very solid, strong 10 albums that came out this year. I think 2017 was a really awesome year for music. A lot of really good stuff came out this year. And there was a few albums that I still really like a lot that didn't make the top 10 because there was more than just 10 really good ones for me. So that's awesome that it was such an enjoyable year for music. A lot of really good stuff came out.
So you're just going to say your top 6 first, or 10 through 4.
Yeah, so I'll go through mine. We'll talk about a couple of them, but I won't try to spend too much time on them since you don't have as many as I do. So let's get it going. So we're going to start at 10. We're going to work down to number 1. This is my first time. I love doing it this way. Like normally I put these on Instagram, but this time we get to like talk about them on the podcast. So this is super cool. All right. So my number 10 album of 2017 is Beck Colors. Was my...
I completely forgot about that.
I knew you would.
That should be
number 5 on your list. Yeah.
That should be number 5.
All right. Well, when we get there, you can say that's your number 5.
Okay.
I knew you would forget about it. Yeah. I knew you would.
This is why I like that album a lot.
Yeah. This is why I keep a list, because sometimes you can't remember everything. So that's why
I've listened to that about 10 times, and I really like that album.
So now, since this is something, hopefully we'll do. Hopefully we do a top 28 next year. So you should start
28
or stop. Top 2018 next year is what we should do. So when next year starts, you should make a playlist on Spotify, top 2018 albums, and then start keeping track of them like I do. It's a good idea. So that's my number 10. I was really looking forward to this album because Beck's previous album, I think it was 2014 maybe, is when he released Morning Phase, which I think that year, that album got like number 1 or 2 on my top list that year because I loved that album so much. And then this year, he finally released his new album, Colors, and it was totally different than Morning Phase. Morning Phase was
2014 was when they said that, like, Beck sucked. When, like,
he won the Grammy, and he beat Beyonce.
Yeah. And then everybody.
Kanye was. Beck's not even a real musician, and like Beck plays like 100 instruments, and like he's way more of a musician than Beyonce could ever dream of being. But whatever. So I was really looking forward to this one because I liked Morning Phase, but Morning Phase was like more of a like bummer rock type album. And then this new one was like the complete opposite of that one. Like this one is like super dancey, super poppy. Like I think Beck made like one of the best indie pop albums of the year. Like just out of nowhere, Beck comes like with the super poppy stuff. I mean, he killed it. It was fantastic.
I don't understand why that's your top 10 though.
Because a lot of really good albums came out this year. So I struggled though with 10 and 9. My number 9 album is Sylvan Esso, What Now? I like that album a lot as well. But I struggled with Beck and Sylvan Esso and which order to put them. And I think at the end of the day, I like the Sylvan Esso album a little more. One of the more indie things that is on my list.
If you need to not put it on your phone, it's on there, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, but I don't want you to see the list, just like you don't want me to see your list. So I'm keeping it on my phone because of that. So Sylvan Esso, they're a really good, I think they're like considered electro pop or something, indie music or whatever. It's the whole like one guy with the DJ. He does like all the music, and then the girl sings, and she has like a super cool voice, and I love it. I think it's a fantastic album. All right, number 8 on my list is Mothership. High Strangeness is that album. Just a really, really good like hard rock, like metal album. Not like too heavy. Some really cool riffs. It's a fun album. Like it's not like as serious as a lot of the like doom metal that I listen to and stuff.
You listen to a lot of doom metal.
Yeah, so it's more of a just like really like fun. I mean, crazy good guitar solos. I love that dude as a guitarist. I can't remember what his name is. But
the guy that retweeted at you or something like that, or that you commented on like one of his things.
Probably. Oh no, that was Monolord is what you were talking about. Yeah. All right, so that was my number 8. I have a lot of metal on my list this year, just so everybody knows. I listened to a lot of that this year. All right, so my number 7 album is Beastmaker, Inside the Skull, another metal album that...
Never heard of that in my life.
If I turn it on right now, you would be like, oh yeah, Beastmaker, okay.
But I've never heard that name or that album in my life.
Can I pull it up and just press? Okay, no, we don't need to do that. We might violate copyright if we do that.
You will, because of how close your phone is to the microphone.
So that's my number 7. Really good album. Really dark album. Like, it's just as dark as you can get, like, when it comes to that kind of metal. Really good. Number 6, Paul Bearer, Heartless is the album. This one, another pretty hard, heavy album. But one of the
Paul Bearer, the guy that
Undertaker's manager.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, why?
It's not the same.
I know, but So the guy's, is that a band name or is that the actual guy's name?
With a job name.
Okay.
A person that works at a morgue that works with dead bodies is a pallbearer.
That's why
it's
his
one
name
word.
was pallbearer.
Yeah, there it is. It's just one word, pallbearer. But his name, the guy that managed The Undertaker, because The Undertaker was a dead man, his name is Paul Bearer.
Oh.
Yeah, there it is. So
is that how you spelled it too?
Paul Bearer is all one word. The name of the band is just one word.
What was Paul Bearer's name? Was that how you spelled it too?
Yeah, but there was a space and a capital B for bearer. It was 2 words.
That's really weird.
I can't believe you never knew that.
Whoa.
Always learning stuff on Howdy Radio.
All I know is that he was drowned in cement.
Yeah. So they're a really great metal band, and I like them a lot. They're very melodic. They're very melodic, and their vocals are not growling or screaming or anything. Like, it's as clean vocal as it gets. So like, you can, like, the guy is such a great singer, and his voice goes so well with the music. So that's one of the reasons why I like them a lot, is because they have understandable vocals. Not that I have anything against not understandable vocals, but I really like it when a metal band, you can understand them, and they are one that you can. All right. So now I'm about to maybe make you mad. My number 5 album.
No, okay, I know.
Number 5 album of 2017, and you have a number 5, right? Because you just added a number 5 to your list.
Well, yes.
Okay, so your number 5 is
Beck.
Come back up to the mic.
Okay. Beck Colors, right?
Is your number 5.
Yeah.
Now.
Okay.
My number 5 is the Stone Age Villains. Is my number 5.
Why are we still doing this?
That far down the list, man.
That's sad.
Yeah. So great.
If you had a top 5, what would that be at? Like 3?
If I had a top 5, it would be number 5. That's because it's number 5 on the list with 10 of them. So
I'm not okay with that. No, that's not okay.
So really good album. But there's a couple songs on the album that aren't good.
Name the songs that aren't good.
Head Like a Haunted House is a complete...
That's a fantastic
complete throwaway song. And Fortress is just hands down the worst Queens of the Stone Age song ever made.
Okay, if you were to listen more, it's actually okay.
No, I've listened to it plenty of times to judge that it is the worst.
I've listened to it a lot more than you, and you actually have to listen to the lyrics.
I know the lyrics, and I think they're the cheesiest lyrics that Josh has ever wrote in his life. That's my opinion on it. So there's some really good music. There's some really, really good music. Unreborn Again is one of my favorite Queens of the Stone Age songs ever made. The closing track is... I mean, it's not as good as like Clockwork as a closing track, but I mean, it's up there. Like, I mean, it's a really great song.
Nothing is as good as anything.
Yeah, but there's just a couple songs that are subpar, and there's a couple songs that suck. And because of that, it was not as full of an album to be able to be higher up on my list. I thought you were going to say
Gorillaz, and I was about to get kind of mad too.
I'm sorry, Gorillaz didn't actually make my top 10. So
yeah, you hated the Gorillaz.
I'm not a fan of it. No, I'm really not. All right, so that's number 5. Queens of the Stone Age Villains is mine.
Because it was not your kind of music at all.
Yeah, I still think, I wholeheartedly believe that one day the new Gorillaz album will click with me, and I'll love it. And it'll be good, and I'll listen to it forever. But so far, that still hasn't quite happened.
That happened to Demon Days a little bit with you, didn't it?
No, I liked Demon Days right off the bat. Plastic Beach, I was kind of like, meh, but I really like Plastic Beach now. It's gonna still take some time. I still firmly believe that that'll be an album that I get into one day. I don't know. For some reason, when it came out, it just didn't really do it for me. All right, so we both got number 5, right?
Yeah.
Number 4, is it my turn now, or is it your turn? Because I want to go last.
It's my turn, because you just said number 5.
Okay, so your number 4 album of the year
is In Spades by Afghan Wigs.
Nice.
Are you mad about that?
No, you have no idea how happy it is, how happy it makes me to have an Afghan Wigs album on my kids' list. And they're one of the most important bands in my life. So I'm glad that you appreciate them enough to say that they're on a list, and I know that you've listened to that album some on your own, and I know when I listen to it more. I know you know the songs when I listen to it. I mean, you have no choice because of how much I listen to it throughout the year. But there's some music I listen to that I like, and some that you don't like. So I'm very happy that the Afghan Wigs is something that you're into enough to say that they're that high on a list. That's awesome. All right, my number 4 is Saint Vincent, Mass Seduction.
Okay.
This is probably the album that is most different than any other album on my list. There's nothing metal or rock or it's about as indie pop as it gets. I mean, it's art rock almost, really. I love the album. I love what she's singing about. I think she is a fantastic singer. I think the themes on the album is great. I think from beginning, and it was one. Let me throw this in there also. There was a few different albums that came out this year that when the lead singles came out, I wasn't into them. This happened multiple times to me this year. It happened with Villains. I didn't like the lead track off of that. I didn't like the lead track off this St. Vincent album. It happened to me a few times. But then once the album came out and it kind of set with the rest of the album, then I was cool with it.
Well, actually, but you can't say anything about Villains with lead tracks. You listened to the album like 2 weeks before it actually came out.
Yeah, so what? But the lead track, which was The Way You Used to Do, still one of my least favorite songs on the album.
That makes no sense.
It's not that good of a song. All right, so mine, St. Vincent.
Wait, which one did you say? Wait. The Way You Used to Do?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was the lead. That was the lead single off of.
Okay, yeah.
I'm sorry. That was the lead single off of. Yeah. The lead track is Feet Don't Fail Me.
Yeah, that's a fantastic song.
Feet Don't Fail Me is a killer song.
Well, okay, never mind. It's not my favorite song,
but the lead single off of a few different albums, I did not get into. All right, so St. Vincent, my number 4. Your number 4 was Afghan Wigs in Spades. All right, number 3. We're getting to 3. This is so exciting.
My turn, really?
Your turn. Your top. Okay, your number 3 album of 2017.
So you know about this because I've already talked to you about it to make sure you were okay. If I could, So it's one of the Rocket League soundtracks. It's Rocket League X Monster Cat by Monster Cat.
Okay.
So it's really good.
Okay.
And it's really poppy because that's kind of vibe Rocket League tries to show off. And then there are a couple more not really poppy songs
what is it? Is it original songs people singing and
no? It's
just
it's
music?
Kind of like a playlist kind of.
But so it's all instrumental.
No.
So is it an album or is it a playlist?
Album.
Okay.
You can listen to it on Spotify and it's classified as an album.
Okay.
So
it features there's songs on it by people.
Monster Cat.
That's the person's name?
Yes.
Okay.
And it's mostly just him featuring all these people, but he's not actually on it.
He's the one making the music.
Yes.
And then it's a featured singer on it.
No. Okay. So the singer is the main person and the band is that person.
Okay.
And then Monster Cat just do so kind of.
Okay.
So
okay.
But it's an album, so it counts. And it came out this year.
Okay.
July 5th.
All right. My number 3 album was the first album that I added to that Spotify playlist at the beginning of the year.
Ooh, this was a while ago.
Yeah. All Them Witches, Sleeping Through the War. Okay. I love that album so much. That's the one that Don't Bring Me No Coffee.
That's the one they ever to Shut Up, right?
No. That's The Well that I have a shirt up. And Wind Hand as well. Yeah. So yeah, it's kind of they kind of have a psychedelic rock vibe to them. Kind of spacey music. I love it. It's so good. Dude's got a real cool voice. Killer bass guitar on that album. Love it so much. And I saw them in concert this year, and they were really good. Thoroughly enjoyed the concert. Do you know who they are?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so that's my number 3, All Them Witches.
Okay.
Did you say your 3? Your 3 was Rocket League. All right. So on to number 2. So
my number 2 is the Humans Deluxe Edition by Gorillaz.
Okay.
I only said the Deluxe Edition because the original, if it was the first one, just the original Humans, it would probably be 3 instead of 2. because there are a couple songs on the deluxe edition that are really good. So like The Apprentice and Let Me Out, I'm pretty sure is on the deluxe edition. I don't remember. But
extra songs on the deluxe edition.
But you didn't listen to the deluxe edition that much. You really just listened to the regular one.
Correct, yeah.
But you also didn't like the album that much because it was a lot of special guests and it was very poppy. Yeah. But
I just need more. I need more 2D on my Gorillaz albums.
Then listen to Busted in Blue.
I've listened to Busted
Such
Blue.
a good song.
It is a great song, but that's not enough to make it album of the year. To just have one or two songs that I like.
It's not my album of the year. It's number 2, and you know what my album
Busted in Blue is probably the best song on there that I like.
Besides a couple ones.
I love 2D. I need more 2D on my Gorillaz than they gave me with Humans. Yeah. So that's my gripe with it. All right, so that's our number 2, or that's your number 2. Your number 2, Gorillaz, Humans,
Deluxe Edition.
My number 2. Do you know my number 2? Because you know my number 1. Do you know my number 2?
Your number 2. What? You already said your number 2.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, it was All Them Witches.
No, that was number 3. 3 was All Them Witches and Rocket League. 2 is your Gorillaz, and then
Me Then You.
Yeah, because So do you know what my number 2 is? Don't say it if you think you do. Just like with the games we did, you can't place it, right?
I think.
All right, my number 2 album of 2017, Monolord, Rust. I mean, it's the heaviest album of the year. I mean, it's the best Doom. Did you say it is a good album? And it's a Doom album, man.
No.
But
it's Monolord, so it's different than regular Doom. So.
Monolord, there was an article that got written this year about Monolord where it said that they are the Nirvana of Doom metal. So you take that for what it's worth. They meant to where like they're kind of the most popular in that genre. They help bring that genre back up to the kind of more to the masses, more than just like a little small group of people that are into doom metal. It's more accessible doom metal, more poppy doom metal even. Kind of like how I can
completely forget, but whatever the band was, how they like grunge. That
Nirvana, Nirvana was kind of
the Nirvana that Kurt tried to go into, but then he failed an audition. Who is that? His favorite band.
Melvins?
Yeah, Melvins are the creators of grunge.
Okay, yeah.
So that's kind of how that is.
Gotcha, yeah, okay. All right, so that's my number 2. But side note with that album, my Song of the Year award also goes to the song that's on the album called Rust as well.
Should I be saying my Song of the Year?
Did we get to your Song of the Year? Or is your Song of the Year in your number 1?
In my number 1.
So when we get there, then you can say that there, yeah. So my favorite Song of the Year was Monolord Rust, the song. My favorite guitar riff of the year was Monolord Rust. I every single time I hear the main riff to Rust, it blows me away. Still, every single time I hear it. It's one of my favorite guitar pieces ever written.
Of course, guess what? I can't think of it.
Yeah, I'll play it for you later. And my favorite guitar solo of the year is from Monolord Rust as well, which was played by Beastmaker, who was my number 7. Their guitarist was the guest guitarist on the song Rust, and he played the solo. And so Rust, the album, number 2 on my list, but the song Rust, favorite song, favorite riff, and favorite solo. So that's pretty freaking awesome. I love that song so much. All right, so that's our number 2. I'm going to put down my phone because I know what my number 1 is.
Yeah, and I know what your
number 1 is too. Yeah. So here we go. The top 2017 number 1 album of the year.
Saying top 20?
2017 album of Lane
is Villains by Queens of Stone Age.
Right on.
And my favorite song is off of that album. My favorite song of the year is Villains of Circumstance.
Oh, okay. I thought Feet Don't Fail Me. Right? Yeah, I thought Feet Don't Fail Me was going to be. Yeah, I mean,
you thought it would probably either be Domesticated Animals or Feet Don't Fail Me.
Yeah.
Because I never seen.
And side note, when I first heard that album, Domesticated Animals was like my least favorite song on the album. I was like, this song is stupid. But it ended up being one of my favorite songs on the album.
My favorite solo is also from, I think it's The Evil Has Landed.
Evil as I Know. Yeah. Killer solo on that one.
Yeah.
That's a great song. That's one of the best songs on the album for sure.
Yeah.
So, all right, you're number 1, Queens of the Stone Age Villains.
Yeah.
I saw that one coming. I think we all saw that one coming.
When I got mad when you said that was number 5.
Yeah.
Everybody knew, oh, that's his number 1. Okay.
But I mean, the same with Afghan Wigs being your number 4. Like, I think it's super cool that, like, your favorite album of the year is Queens of the Stone Age. I don't know how... Sometimes I wonder how appropriate Queens is for a 12-year-old to be listening to, but whatever.
It's appropriate for my teacher to turn on school.
Yeah, his teacher played some Queens in class the other day. All right, so my number 1 album.
But don't worry, it was one from Lullabies to Paralyze. Don't worry.
Which is
but it was still in my head.
Great album.
It was in my head, so it was an okay song.
Great song. All right, my favorite album of 2017, no surprise here either. The Afghan Wigs in Spades is my favorite album. I can't get enough of it still. Every single time I listen to it, I kind of fall in love with it all over again.
When was this? Like what like month was this?
The album came out the Friday that we were coming back from Disney World.
Okay.
And my buddy Dave, who has been...
Oh, yeah, I remember because I listened to it you never listened to Villains because you wanted to listen to that. You wanted to listen to Afghan Wigs before you wanted to
Gorillas, not Villains. I pushed back listening to Gorillas.
I said...
No, you said Villains.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Humans. Sorry.
Yeah. So the first time I really listened to the Wigs album, I saved it for offline before we got on the plane. And then I listened to it a couple times on the plane. That was my first time listening to it. So my buddy...
Did it click to you immediately?
Immediately, yes. Immediately. So it came out, and I wasn't able to listen to it like the minute that it came out had I done if I wasn't on vacation at Disney World. So my buddy Dave, Cincygram, who was on like episode 2 of this or whatever, also longtime Afghan Wigs fan. I remember he sent me a text and said, "Did you listen to the new Wigs yet?" And I said, "No, not yet. Haven't got a chance to." He said, "I hate it." He said, "It's terrible." He said, "It's short." Dave's always really against short albums. Like if it doesn't clock in an hour, then he gets mad at it, which I mean, I can't blame him. I like a longer album
like
too.
40-minute ones.
But yeah, and I think this one was just shy of 40 minutes or whatever, which is short for a Wigs album, but I totally
40 minutes is like exactly what it should be.
Yeah, I'm all right with that. And then he specifically said Birdland, which is the first song on the album, is hands down his least favorite song.
Which is like my favorite.
And I remember like the first time I heard Birdland, I was like, what is happening here? Like, this is so weird. Like, are my speakers messing up? Like, is it cutting in and out? What's happening?
Because the beginning where like goes like one noise and it stops.
Yeah. So then I get chills just talking about it, honestly, because it's that good. But the first time I heard it, first couple times I heard it, I was like, I don't understand what's happening. Like, I didn't feel like I hated it like Dave did.
Yeah.
But it took me a couple times, and then finally, like, I just kind of got it, and I was like, this is amazing. And then when me and Liz went to Bogart's to see the Afghan Wigs this year, I knew that they had been opening with Birdland on the tour, so I knew exactly what to expect. But it was just so cool the way that it happened. The music just started playing over the PA, and the lights were all off on the stage and everything. And the band did not come out to play the music. They just played the music over the PA for the first little bit. And then Greg Dooley, their lead singer, walks out, and he came out on stage by himself and started singing the song. And the second that Dooley started singing, I started crying. Like, I mean, as soon as he started singing Birdland, I was like, done. And it was amazing. That was probably my favorite concert.
So did he come out?
He came out, he sang solo to the music that was playing. And then as the song kind of layers and builds up towards the end of the song, which, I mean, it's only a couple minute long song, but by the end of the song, then the whole band was on the stage and they were like all playing, and then they went into the second song like real strong. Yeah. But it was super cool for Greg to come out by himself first and sing. And the Wigs are just one of the most emotional bands that there is. So like once I was there, and like, you know, here comes Greg, and he walks out on the stage, and like he starts singing by himself. It was just like okay, buckle up. Like this next 2 hours is going to be a doozy. And like immediately, I'm not kidding. Like as soon as words came out of his mouth, tears. I mean, it's just, and it was a beautiful concert. So that's my number one album of the year.
cry?
I don't know. I was too busy worried about my own crying and the fact that Greg Dooley was standing in front of me. So
you were you were front row, weren't you?
No, we weren't front row for this one. I've been front row for the Wigs a couple times, but this one we were back a little bit further. I mean, it's a general admission, just everybody crammed in, but I was probably 10 rows back or so, which is still only like 20 feet away from the band. So that was amazing. That was such a good show and such a good album. I feel like, I mean, they're back after not putting out albums for 15 years, and they're still putting out better albums than everybody else. I don't think that's changed, and I'm so glad that they're still doing what they're doing. So that's my number one, is Afghan Wigs and Spades. Big surprise.
Yeah.
So
totally
awesome year for music. I feel like there was a lot of kind of old stuff like that, like the Wigs and Beck and stuff like that, making new albums. But then there was a lot of really good like new bands that put out a lot of good stuff too. And there was some stuff that didn't make the list. Like there was a Gwar album that I would have liked to have put on the list, but it wasn't top 10 good. But it was still cool that Gwar made a new album, and it rocks. It's really good. Yeah, and a comic book. But there was a few of them that I wish I could have got on the list, but I couldn't. But that's all right, because only 10 of them fit.
Yep.
All right. I think that is about it. I listened to 63,000 hours of, is that what, minutes, not hours, sorry. 63,000 minutes.
63,000 hours.
On Spotify this year. I got my end of the year Spotify, and I listened to a lot of music this year. The Afghan Wigs was my number one listened to band this year. Queens was yours.
Yeah.
Queens was your number one. Gorillaz was your number two.
Yeah.
So yours perfectly reflected what your top album.
And then all the other ones were Mama's stuff.
No, most of it was your stuff.
No.
Very few of it was Mama's stuff. I think you've got that mixed up a little bit.
Oh, you?
I had 46,096 minutes of music this year. My top 5 bands listened to on Spotify this year was the Afghan Wigs, Queens of the Stone Age, Hum, Spoon, and Saint Vincent.
Yeah. Then top songs.
I was surprised by Spoon on that list, but you all, like the rest of everybody in this house, is like, well, yeah, you listened to a ton of Spoon this year.
Yeah.
But I was like,
you did,
because Spoon released an album this year and it didn't make my top 10.
But you did listen to a lot.
But I listened to it a lot, trying to get more into it than what I could, but it didn't make the list. But still, their last album that came out a couple years ago, I know I listened to that one a lot. I still love that album. And then my top songs of the year, 4 of the 5 were songs off the new Wigs record. My number 1 was Birdland, 2 is Toy Automatic, and then 3 was Bulls by All Them Witches. And then 4 and 5 were Oriole and Copernicus, both from the In Spades Wigs album. So I wish we had your list in front of us right here, but
guess what? We don't.
We don't. So awesome year in music. Can't wait to do this again in 2018. It was awesome.
Yep.
Don't go anywhere.
I know.
Intro and outro.
This is the worst part. Intro and outro is the worst part of the show.
It is.
I wish we would have done the keyboard and we could have done that.
Maybe once we switch the keyboard and we switch a new image and stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll switch and kind of take out the intro and outro and just kind of start with the what's up, because it ain't worth stressing over.
Yeah, it's really annoying.
But for right now, I want to keep it the same. Damn, it's already almost 5 o'clock.
Yeah, Drew's already here.
Yeah, I heard her.
Teen. We playing the. I was playing the drums.
All right, how about for the outro? You go 10, 9, Happy New Year.
What? Oh wait, no, I'm not standing up. No, I'm not doing that.
Okay.
I'm just not doing that. You can if you would like to.
Let's just do the outro. All right, man, that was awesome.
Yes, it
I
was.
thoroughly enjoyed that. Lived up to the
You're thoroughly
expectations.
enjoying a lot of things.
Yeah, like I said, I've been looking forward to doing like the top of the year episode since we started it. I was like, ooh, at the end of the year, it's gonna be super cool to go through all of our favorite things of the year, and it turned out to be pretty awesome.
Yep.
So I'll still be posting my top 10 music on Instagram and Twitter if you want to read a little bit more about each one of them, and I'll put my top 3 songs off of each of those albums on there as well. So that is still to come. This will be our last episode of the year. So we rocked 22 episodes of Howdy Radio, The Next Generation in 2017. I'm super proud of that. I think that's awesome. I wish we didn't miss a couple weeks or months here and there. But overall, 2017, the year Howdy Radio came back, and we'll keep doing it next year too. So I'm super, super proud of that. Thanks everybody that gave a crap and that has listened and subscribed and post comments and tweeted and all of that stuff. That's awesome. So that's it. Have a are we allowed to say Merry Christmas on Howdy Radio, or do we have to be all like Happy Holidays about it?
Happy Holidays, because it's not
Merry Christmas, everybody.
No.
And Happy Hanukkah.
I hate when people say Merry Christmas or like Happy Hanukkah before it's the actual day. It's really annoying.
Okay. So happy Christmas-ish time, everybody. Happy December.
Yeah,
so
happy December.
Have a good Christmas once it comes around, and have a good Hanukkah once it comes around.
Happy Hanukkah-ish time zone area.
Whenever your thing goes down. And then
whenever your thing goes down.
Have a fun and safe Happy New Year's.
Okay, just Happy New Year. Let's just end this.
Get really drunk and have fun, but make sure you Uber home, because it's not worth killing yourself over it.
Make sure you don't drink and drive.
Make sure you don't drink and drive, but have as much fun as humanly possible.
Make sure you spay and neuter your cats.
Make sure you spay and neuter your dogs also. I think that covers it.
Yeah.
Thanks for an awesome 2017 to all of our listeners and all of our fans, and we'll see you in 2018.
If we would have been advertised, we could have just made like $1 million.
I think here soon we're going to have to start talking about advertisers. Well, I think we might be able to start making some money off of this shit.
Really?
I mean, I think we got to we got to stay consistent with it is the biggest thing.
Yeah.
You can't make a dime if you don't stay consistent.
Like what advertisers?
I think a big one for us would be Amazon.
Okay.
You can be an Amazon affiliate. That's what a lot of the big podcasters do, and you can make money off of that.
Yeah.
Or I might try to get a hold of GoDaddy again. They're one that works with a lot of different podcasts as well. So I think it's worth a shot, but maybe start worrying about that next year.
Yeah, next year.
All right. How about we intro it as 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Happy Best of 2017.
Yeah, we got to both do it, though. I'm not just doing it.
Ready? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy top things of 2017 album
game
movies.
Thing.
Yeah.
What just happened? Listen.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy top things of 2017 album movies. Yeah.
Okay. Stop on live stream. Like that. Okay. Just press